Morning guys, this is Sean from PlayByPause, and today we are having another behind the scene video for our pre-wedding photo sessions with our couples. And now I'm located outside my studios waiting our couples to makeups. While waiting their makeup, I would like to talk about the theme of the day and also location. So there's two themes for the day. So the first one will be a more modern classics and the second one will be a more retro look. So that's for the theme. Let's go for the location. So the first location, we are looking for something more greenish, natural landscapes, so that the couple can wear something like a gown and suits. And as for a second location, we're looking at a place called Inabi restaurants. So I believe most of you guys know Inabi is a fast food restaurant, and this specific branch that we're going later has a retro setup, and we do believe it's going to fit perfectly with the theme that we're looking at. So let's dive in. So now we are at the first locations, and this CK is here. I'm using 35mm 1.8 and CK is using his 55mm 1.8.
Since the both of us are shooting the couple at the same time using different focal lengths, we can work efficiently together and focus on the framing the shots and the moments without worrying about retaking the same shots with a different focal length. I've decided to switch my focal length to 85mm because I want to focus more onto their facial expressions. As for CK, he continued shooting with the 55mm to get a wider shot, capturing Fatima's beautiful dress in his frame. CK shot this at f4 on Sony 55mm to keep both Fatima and Gary's expressions sharp in the same frame, even though they are standing quite a distance apart. We love to incorporate movements in our shots, so over here we have requested our couple to walk towards the camera casually, and we are hoping to get some candy shot in between moments. CK used a 85mm to capture a mid shot. As for me, I'm using a 55mm for wider shots. This helps us to tell a better story when we lay the photos in sequence. So for this part, I took a step closer to get some clean shots where we can see the bouquet and the back of the dress, while CK took a more artistic approach using the leaf to frame the couple. Personally, I love how CK framed the shots. It just looks much more interesting when it compares to mine.
Ready, 1, 2, go. Just tidy, nice. Yes. Stop right there.
So this is our second location, and we love it here because the way of the sunlight shines through the trees, the way the pockets of lights coming through the gaps from the trees creates some interesting highlight and shadow patterns on the couple and the scene.
Like just now, yeah, this is good. Closer, bro, closer.
So right now, CK and I took a different approach over here. My plan was to get a wide shot from the hilltop because I love the way the tree act as a natural frame around the couple. And as for CK, he went for a closer shot with the 55mm. The results image of the ribbon flowing in the air is just beautiful. When the photos are laid out side by side, it creates some interesting visual story. This is why we believe it's important to tell a story with a different focal length.
Very nice.
You might be wondering why we are sitting on the floor. The reason is because we want to take a shots from a lower angle to avoid the parking lot behind the trees. If you can't change the environment, you work around it. I use a 35mm for this shot and CK used a different approach with the lens whacking. Lens whacking is done by shooting with a lens detached from the camera. This results in effects that's similar to tilt shift. So we kind of play around at this place. We took quite a few shots here, experimenting with the angle, lights, colors, lens whacking, and lastly some motion blur. We can't decide which is the best, so let us know which you like the most in the comment section below. I did mention in our very intro videos that we only have 2 locations, but we realized that we have extra time in between, so this is a bonus location for our couples since we managed to finish our first session earlier. We made a quick pit stop at the urban industry area to get some casual couple shots. For this shot, we have asked the couple to take their back against each other and playfully push against their backs. CK and I used 2 different focal lengths as well to capture the precious moment. Over here, we have decided to grab some out-of-the-box creative shots by asking the couples to lie down on the raised platform and photograph them from top. This is the last shots of the location and we decided to try something different here. The initial idea is to play off the depth perceptions where Gary jumps and create an arc-like frame over Fatima, who is standing a few feet away from him. The end result is not as great as I imagined, but it's definitely worth trying. Finally, we are now at the retro Inabi restaurant. I just love the vibe over here. Anyway, I've asked for couples to order some drinks and food as props. Because it's always good to have props in your shoots to create some organic interactions between your couple.
Hey, you have to look at the camera. Hey, okay, when the time you kiss, look at the camera.
Right now, we took a lot of photos here with a 35mm because the space is quite narrow and the framing looks much more appropriate and comfortable with a wider angle. CK did use the 55mm for some close-up shots, but as you can see here, there's some limitation for the space we have. Okay, I understand that our title is Sony Prime lens, but at the time these sessions we do not own any wide angle or ultra wide angle Sony Prime lenses. So instead we use the Carl Zeiss Jana 20mm to capture these wide angle shots.
So it's like that, so it's like that. And then the sausage like that. Wait, be careful, don't go out the whole thing. Okay, bro, go closer.
So after we took a numbers of shots, we switched to another spot that's in front of the restaurant after some customer left. This spot is so spacious and brighter, which gives us a bit more flexibility, and this is when we decided to go with the 55mm. Love the compression and bokehs from this lens. So this is the end of the video, and as always, I hope you guys enjoy the behind the scene video. If you do like it, remember to subscribe our channel, give us a thumbs up, and as always, create and have fun. I'll see you guys in the next video.